no, no.
Now
Now
we're
it's
doing it.
started.
Okay.
Yes. Right.
Okay, so
So
now,
once
okay,
again,
thanks, Susanna. Namaste, everyone. We're gonna
yeah.
try this again. We're having recording issues, but good morning and welcome to day 2 for the Navaratri Shakti Breathwork workshop with Raj Yogi, and we will start right now.
Namaste.
Go for it.
Thank you, Asha ji, and all of you for being here. And we'll quickly review what we did yesterday. We started first with belly breathing, and I trust most of you are able to experience belly breathing. It's more than doing belly breathing, it's about letting it happen, which means you allow your system to be in a state where belly breathing automatically happens. So I trust that is happening for everyone. If anyone is having difficulty with that, please do let me know. So can you see the message now that it is being recorded? That was a message from Susanna. Can you see it's being recorded?
It's good. Yep, we all
Yeah.
got the recording announcement. So we're good.
Okay, so belly breathing, the first thing, we call it the foundation breath because everything that we do is going to be dependent on how belly breathing is happening. Belly breathing, like we discussed yesterday, helps the body, the system, the whole being to get into the parasympathetic nervous system. So if you like, you can think of belly breathing as a very quick switch that brings you into the parasympathetic nervous system. And parasympathetic nervous system is essential for our well-being. It's what is called the rest and digest system. That is where the body is able to function well, heal itself, and come towards wellness, well-being. So belly breathing is the foundation. On that, we built with a few other techniques, including the complete yogic breath. In the complete yogic breath, we allow the system to be relaxed in the belly breathing mode. Let the breath go as low as it goes. If it goes down till the base chakra, that's wonderful. If it doesn't matter. However low it goes. If it goes till the belly button area or thereabouts, or a little lower, that's good to start with. And then we fill the breath slowly all the way up till the shoulders. The more we are relaxed, the more we are at ease when we do it, the better is the effect of belly breathing. And now the complete yogic breath. In addition to this, we learned how to channel the breath from the tailbone up the spine. So when we allow that to happen, we begin to access what is called the Sushumna Nadi in Sanskrit. It's the single most important nadi in our system. So think of a nadi as a channel that carries your breath and energy. And the Sushumna is an integral part of the central nervous system, which is what controls everything that happens in our body. Because in many ways, our body is on autopilot. Everything that happens because the central nervous system is functioning. And if the Sushumna is in a good state of being, good state of health, everything is impacted positively. So learning to access the Sushumna Nadi and ensuring that it stays active helps not only with the central nervous system aspect. The Sushumna Nadi actually runs through all the 7 major chakras or chakras, as some of you say in the US. It runs through all the major chakras in the body. And as this energy moves up the spine through the Sushumna, it impacts all the chakras. I will naturally I would say chakras because that's the Sanskrit word. But sometimes I just might use chakras to make it a little more sensible to you. So chakras, same thing. Don't let that confuse you. As your energy moves up the spine through the Sushumna, it passes. You can think of it, if you want, as a super highway that passes through all these different chakras, which are, if you want to visualize it that way, they are large settlements along this super highway. The superhighway of Sushumna carries your energy from the Mooladhara all the way up till the Sahasrara or the crown chakra. Uh, as this energy moves up, as it activates and does things to different chakras, a very interesting thing begins to happen inside, which is change in consciousness. Our consciousness begins to change as this energy begins to move towards the higher chakras. Consciousness. What do we understand by the word consciousness? Basically, consciousness is a level of self-awareness vis-a-vis our environment, our surroundings. For the body, the surroundings are very limited, because from the physical point of view, we think of anything around us, physically, etc., as being part of our surroundings. But as our consciousness changes, our environment or what we think of as our environment actually undergoes a change as well. And as we rise, as the consciousness begins to rise, we see ourselves as an integral part of something larger, not something as a sense of separation, which is what happens when our energy is stuck in the lower chakras. When we say the lower chakras, it's the Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, more specifically. As long as our energy is in these lower chakras, we tend to be limiting and limited in our understanding and our view of ourselves and our environment, our surroundings. But as this changes, so does our consciousness. The amazing thing about consciousness, the amazing thing about the higher consciousness is, if you look at our, our earth, where we live and survive and thrive and so on, there are, just to put a number, probably close to a centillion living things. So when I say centillion, I'm sure you understand, 1,000 million is a billion. 1,000 billion is a trillion. 1,000 trillion is a quadrillion. 1,000 quadrillion is a quintillion, I would guess. 1,000 quintillion would be heptillion, if I'm not wrong, and so on. So each time it rises, it's to the power, it's 1,000 times over. So centillion becomes a very, very large number. Everything that is around, everything that has some level of consciousness is a life form. For life to happen, two things are essential: energy and consciousness. As long as there is presence of energy and consciousness, there is a thing called life. If either of them disappears for whatever reason, life as we understand it undergoes a change. We may not even know that a thing is alive if, for example, it has zero consciousness. If I don't know whether there are things that have zero consciousness, because there are those that think even rocks have some level of consciousness, but then we are stepping into territory that we have no real understanding of, so we can put that aside. Be that as it may, understand that every plant, for example, you see a few plants here, they are living things. They respond to the environment and so on. So there is obviously some kind of life. And so do all insects, birds, fish, bacteria, viruses, I guess. Everything has some form of life. In a world that's so populated with life, on Earth alone, the Earth itself is a very small part of this whole universe. If you stand near an ocean and you pick up a grain of sand, you can visualize the Earth is as small as that vis-a-vis this vast expanse in front that we call the ocean. So versus the universe, the Earth is less than a speck of or a grain of sand, very, very insignificant. And on that, we are still more insignificant. Yet, there is something in us that can sometimes open us to the to the consciousness that we are actually all part of it, or we are all one, which is what happens when your energy rises to the highest chakra, the Sahasrara. For that to happen, the path is the Sushumna. The energy has to move up the Sushumna, gradually go up. Gradually, because it's not something that happens overnight. It's a process. And along the way, we undergo different uh, experiences, understanding, views, that sort of thing. And that begins to change us somehow. So, in a world where there is so much life or so many forms of life, there are only 8 billion human beings. I say only 8 billion because compared to the large number around, this is actually a very, very, very tiny number. And human beings alone have the ability to consciously raise their consciousness. Consciously raise their consciousness. That means with their own effort, with their own intention, do things that can help them raise their consciousness. And that's what makes human beings so special to our maker, if I can call it that. Anyway, so Sushumna is the central channel, the single most important nadi in our system. And if we are able to regularly clear it, cleanse it, and keep it in a healthy state, it becomes easier for energy to move up. Now, once energy begins to move up, it's not as if it stays at a certain level. It can move up and down within that range of wherever our consciousness is limited. All the drama that happens in life, especially everything that we, for example, see as something that's happened to me, or, what I think of as I or me, affects my reaction or response to what is around. And in that sense, it creates what is in Hindi or in Sanskrit called karma. Karma. Karma is a kind of energy, if you want to think of it this way, which gets us involved in a certain way of thinking, feeling, doing, reacting, responding, etc. So when we are stuck in karmic connections, somehow we tend to be stuck in the lower chakras because that's where these karmic connections seem to be most active. However, as we move our energy higher, and we can do that consciously, especially with some of the techniques that you are going to learn here, including the Hanuman Master Breath, where you learned yesterday, for example, to channel your out breath, exhale gently up the spine through an opening at the tailbone. Some of you tried it. I think most of you tried it yesterday. And some of you, I'm sure, felt it very clearly, like you said yesterday. I don't know about the rest of you, but I trust everyone has had some clarity on that you're able to channel your out breath gently up the spine. So relax for a few moments. Let belly breathing happen. Take a slow, full, deep breath. Hold it for a second or two. Bring your attention to the tailbone at the end of the spine. Allow your exhale gently to find that spot and move up the spine. When it happens, you will feel that your breath or the out breath has found a different path to come out. Any observations from anyone? Both positive or negative, if you're not able to experience.
I have a question and an observation. Is that all right?
Yes, of course.
So, observation first. Can you feel some warmth as you do this breathing, breath work? Okay, so that's one observation. The other observation is when you are trying to activate, as you said, right, find your tailbone and then, so it's a bit, I said it yesterday too, it's a bit counterintuitive for me because I'm trying to have an exhale. For me, the exhale is going down, whereas what you're saying is on your exhale, pull the breath upward. So that takes a little bit of an effort. Um, but my question is, when you find your tailbone, are you supposed to activate it in the sense you can, right? When you practice yoga, for example, you can actually pull your tailbone forward or backwards. So are you supposed to do anything with your tailbone or
At,
just find the spot and then exhale through that channel?
so at the moment, we just want to find that spot and allow the exhale to go up the spine. When we allow the exhale to go up the spine, we're not pulling the breath up the spine. We're gently bringing it to a point from where it can find its own path through the Sushumna. It'll travel up the Sushumna, go up, and then come out through the nostrils.
So you're really, what we're doing is we're visualizing this, right? Pulling your attention towards the tailbone and then letting the exhale happen as
No,
though it's then, then
it's
how are
not,
you?
it's not visualization.
No, what I mean is, okay, then maybe I'm
I'll
not
explain.
explaining it
I'll
properly. Yeah.
explain. No, I'll explain. So what happens is, so far, maybe you've never really paid attention to the systems inside you that carry your breath, energy, etc. So to you, breath earlier was you breathe in through the nostrils, it finds a pathway. Like some said yesterday, it seems to go up and then down towards the lungs. Sometimes some people feel it going down till the belly button area. A few even said it goes lower. I think one or two even mentioned that it goes all the way till the Muladhara or the base chakra. That is your in breath. When you exhale, you feel that the breath comes out along the same path. So that has been your experience so far, and therefore what we are doing now may seem a little counterintuitive. In Taoist breathing, they often talk about what they call the microcosmic circuit, which means think of your breath as something that's coming down from the nostrils, moving in and coming down to the Muladhara, where it turns at the Muladhara and moves up the spine. So that is what makes like a microcosmic circuit. Your breath is coming in through the nostrils, going down till the Muladhara or wherever. And then when you allow the exhale at the tailbone, it finds a new exit for the breath to go up the spine. So they have a very interesting term, microcosmic circuit. I have not seen a similar term used in Hindu or in yogic connected literature, though they explain it in other ways. So it's not as if they don't have this understanding, but they just use a different way of explaining it. So all you've done so far is allowed your in-breath to come, which is your normal pathway, whichever it is. Allowed it to go down till the Muladhara or whichever point it goes down to. Hold it there for a second so that you have time to move your attention to the tailbone. Access the tailbone. Allow the exhale gently up the spine. If you try to force the exhale or do a normal exhale, you may miss that point. You may miss that spot. So therefore, if you allow a gentle exhale at the tailbone, automatically almost, your breath will find the spot at the end of the tailbone and it'll seem to move up the spine. Your breath will feel different. That's your awareness. That's your experiential awareness that the breath is going through a new channel.
Okay. Thank you for that explanation.
So what about the others? Please observe and notice. If you like, take a few more minutes. Keep your belly very relaxed. Take a full breath with the complete yogic breath. Hold it for a few moments. Bring your attention to the tailbone and allow a gentle exhale from the tail. like Ishwari just mentioned, she feels a sense of warmth. Very good sign because it indicates that energy is reaching a spot that it had probably not touched earlier.
Rajyogi, do you find that it's easier for some folks to do this while lying down?
It is possible that it'll happen more easily if you're lying down, like you do with the belly breathing. So if you want, please lie down on your back and get into that posture that we suggested for belly breathing to experience belly breathing, so that belly breathing happens. Get into that posture. Take a slow, full, deep breath. Hold it for a few seconds. Bring your attention to the tailbone. Allow the exhale from the tailbone.
Question.
Yes, please.
So when we breathe through the back of the, like, engage the tailbone and it comes back up, I kind of
Yes.
feel like it's coming like on the back face of my body, whereas like regular breathing, I feel it coming through the front. Is that something that you experience?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Please do it for a few minutes and observe. Observe the different sensations that might come into your observation, into your awareness. So if it is happening, now you are observing how your breath is moving up the spine or through the Sushumna. Yes, if anyone has any observations, please share.
I have something to share.
Yes.
So when I am like breathing and it goes down and then like it comes up to like exhale, and I kind of like feel, I don't know, that feeling that I have never felt, like it's like reversing like everything in my body, a little bit of like sensation and like extra consciousness that I feel.
So what sensations are you observing?
The first time I felt it, it made me feel like a little more alert and anxious. I feel like, oh, it's coming up. So
Okay. Okay. So there's no reason to be anxious about it. It's just that your breath is moving up the spine. Sometimes you will notice different kinds of sensations, and yours is what it is. And that's perfectly all right. But just be relaxed because it's not something to be worried or anxious about. Sometimes you might actually even feel a little meditative, as if you're feeling a little drowsy, as if you're feeling a little almost heady. Different sensations can happen for different. So it's okay. Very good. No, sure. Please continue. Yeah, anything else to add?
that's everything.
Anyone else?
I have a question.
Yes.
Um, so I feel when I'm doing my breath, I feel like it's going down my spine. I don't know how to make it go up in the tailbone.
Yes, very good. Sometimes some people tend to breathe down the spine. And when we breathe down the spine, there is a chance that our energy will get stuck in the lower chakras. Because whatever is moving down the spine, any blockages, etc., over there are being pushed down towards the lower chakras. Therefore, accessing the Sushumna from the tailbone might become a little challenging then. Don't worry about it. Try and get your breath to move from somewhere along the center of your body, somewhere in the middle of your body, down towards your lowest chakras, wherever it goes, towards the lowest part of your body. And fill your breath along throughout the body by going to the lowest portion and then slowly filling up all the way to the shoulders. When you've got a full breath, hold that for a moment. Bring your attention to the tailbone. Gently let your exhale from the tailbone to move up the spine.
I have observation as well.
Yes.
So when I'm trying to exhale through the tailbone, I cannot do it unless I engage my core. So I feel like I have to tighten my core, and the first push to start the exhaling comes from the core. So maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. So when you try to push it or when you feel that tightness, it means belly breathing is not happening. So a certain amount of stress is still active in your body. So relax. Therefore, belly breathing is the foundation. It'll help with that. Laying down is helping a lot, says a man. Yeah. So you can try doing it laying down. Be on your back.
I would add something, Rajyogi ji,
Yes,
because
Ji.
if you know, I'm thinking about what Amit just shared. When I've been lying down, I have done a pelvic tilt. If I've got my knees upright, my feet flat, but my knees up, and I do a slight pelvic tilt because that keeps the spine very straight. And if you lie down and your spine isn't straight, then I felt it was harder.
Okay.
And in doing that slight tilt, I also was able to relax the back muscles a little better. And
Okay.
it felt like there was a bit more lightness and sort of like that channel was more available to me. The
Okay.
Sushumna channel.
Okay. So that's Ashaji's observation and experience. You can try that, Amitji. What about the others? Anything you would
Christina
like
says
to?
having more trouble focusing today than yesterday, maybe relaxing instead of working to focus is more effective in this case.
Yes, being relaxed, just bringing your attention to the tailbone helps. A gentle exhale. Don't try to push it because if you try to push it, the breath will find an easier path out, which tends to be the normal breath work or breathing channel that we use. Christina gives a thumbs up. Thank you. So she's experiencing that. Okay.
One thing that I observed is like as it's coming up my spine, even though I'm not moving my body, I feel like I'm stretching. Like almost like the inside of my body is doing a stretch without having to like extend my body physically, like without moving like my shoulders up or my arms up.
Okay, that's your observation, and that's perfectly all right. No worries with that. As long as your breath is going up the spine, we're happy. Because accessing the Sushumna is key at the moment. Because everything else that we are going to do in the days ahead is going to be dependent on this understanding, on this clarity. The breath is finding the channel from the tail. We'll do something else. If anyone is having difficulty with this, I trust the next part will help you overcome that more easily. I need some more practice accessing this, as Susanna says. Okay. Yeah, it's your first time, so it's okay. Basically, the more you allow your body, your whole system to be relaxed, the more easier it will be.
So, one other quick little question. So, just I guess I'm having some trouble with this cycle of breath, and by that I mean, even when you talk about belly breathing or just regular breathing, the my default rather is really that when you think inhale, I'm moving, the breath is moving up. When you think exhale, the breath is moving down. So is that, from everything that you're explaining, it's almost the opposite. So when you say exhale, to me, it's like let it out, which means I'm letting it out. It's going down. But everything that you seem to be explaining is
So see
exactly
it.
the
So
opposite.
see, when you breathe, the breath begins at the nostril. How can it go up? It has to go down first. Yeah, from here it will go here. But unless your breath reaches your lungs at least, no, there is no breath. So breath has to reach your lungs first. And if this area is relaxed, it will find a path that allows it to go deeper. And your experience will show that. If you feel your breath, I think yesterday you said you feel your breath in the belly button area, belly region, etc. That's a sign that your breath is going there, which is fine. So that means your breath has come down as you breathe in first.
Then
And you
there's a
now
gap
hold it.
between there and your tailbone, right? There's a
I'm
gap
sorry?
between that
Of
and
course
your
there is,
tailbone.
yeah.
And
So some
so
of,
to breathe
I'll explain.
from your tailbone, that's why you bring mentally you have to bring your attention to the tailbone area and
Yes.
try and exhale from there, which I'm able to do, but I'm just in my head, it's like, where's
So
the
that's the
breath?
mind. The mind,
Yeah.
mind plays many games. So it's just something that the mind, see, once the mind decides on something, it's very difficult to dislodge it from that. So the best thing to do is let it be, focus on your breath, still your mind for a while. Don't worry about what your mind is saying. You focus on letting your breath go down towards the Mooladhara or as low as it goes, collecting over there all the way, filling up till the chest, shoulders. Hold it there
Yeah, I
for a
guess with
moment.
asthma, it doesn't go that deep. That's also the
Now,
other. That's
doesn't
fine.
matter. As
Yeah.
low as it goes, that's fine. Now, if you want, visualize a balloon. If the balloon has one exit point, anything that has to come out of the balloon has to come out through that exit point. But if there is another exit point, let's say at the bottom of the balloon, if let's say a balloon has two ends, now you can allow the air to move out from the low point, which is exactly what we are doing. In a sense, the breath has filled up inside you. Now, the filling up has happened. In a sense, by internally blocking the exit from the throat area or from the nostrils, you have closed that exit for the immediate exhale or for the immediate outgo of breath. You brought your attention to the tailbone. And if you just allow a gentle move at the tailbone, you will feel your breath is going up through a different channel. So if everyone is okay with this, great. If not, what we do next should help you a little more. Now what you do is do a few cycles, allow the breath to come in and go. And then after that, exhale fully and don't breathe for a few seconds. Fully exhale. Do not inhale after that. Bring your attention to the tailbone and gently pull your in breath from the tailbone. Once again, exhale fully, gently, fully but gently. When you've done a full exhale, bring your attention again to the tailbone. Pull the in breath from the tailbone pull it up the spine gently. It doesn't have to be a full breath necessarily. You just feel that your breath is now traveling up a different path. Relax the body. Exhale fully. Bring your attention to the tailbone. Gently pull the in-breath from the tailbone. You may feel certain sensations in the lower chakras. It's okay. Repeat the cycle a few times. See what clarity comes to you. Notice the difference in the breath. Observations, please. Anyone? Anyone has any observations to share, please?
Yeah, I have an observation.
Yes.
Um, I felt like my exhale was more kind of controlled instead of more. I don't want to say with pauses, but it had kind of, maybe I was more aware, and it was not like, just one exhale. Like,
Okay.
I don't know if it, yeah,
That's okay. That's your observation. What about the
yeah,
in-breath? Were you able to move your in-breath from the tailbone?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
excellent.
yes,
Very good.
yeah.
Anything else? Anything you would have noticed in that connection with the in-breath?
Yeah, I think there was, when I was trying to access that all the way, there was kind of a contraction in the Muladhara, slight contraction.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I mean, it was not uncomfortable, but, or maybe I was observing it. I'm not able to pinpoint that right now. Yeah.
That's perfect. No issues at all. The good thing is that your breath is finding that channel, the Sushumna. That is the important thing. So that's good. Now what you do is pull your in breath from the tailbone, as much breath as your body is able to fill. The more you relax your belly, the more breath you will be able to pull up the spine.
Okay.
And then after you've taken a full in breath, bring your attention again to the tailbone. Allow the exhale also to go up the spine. Iman, I hope it's happening for you. Iman or Iman, how do you say it? Your name?
Iman is
Iman,
right.
Iman.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just practicing. I'm lying down and practicing.
Anyone else? Raji, you may continue doing that because you're accessing your Sushumna. And the more you are able to access, the more it'll become activated. And there are many levels of activation you'll see as we go. Bring your attention to the tailbone again. Relax that tailbone area a little more. Just relax it as if you're flaring it, as if you're opening something there. Allow a little relaxation, greater relaxation there as you pull the in breath. It just might make it a little easier. Amit, it's happening now.
I am trying.
Exhale fully. Empty your system. Bring your attention to the tailbone. Allow a gentle expansion at the tailbone, if you like. And pull the in-breath from the tailbone. Keep the stomach very relaxed. If the pathway feels different, it's a sign that you're accessing your Sushumna. Shivani, is it happening for you? You should. You like? Attention at the tailbone. Pull the in-breath a little harder. Keep the belly relaxed. It says to make it open more, is it best to focus the breath in the tailbone area in and out, or still bring all the way up and down as well? You can focus on the tailbone, both for the in breath and the out breath, Christina. And gently, with your mind, bring your attention to the tailbone. Expand it, open it as you pull your in breath. Very good. So that's a confirmation, Christina. That means you're accessing your Sushumna, both for the in and the out breath. Excellent. Would you like to share what you did, Christina, so that maybe your experience helps some of the others?
I think I don't know if it would help because I think I'm trying to make it more effective. I have some sensation and warmth there, but I think I was distracted by continuing to go all the way up and down and focusing. So it was harder to focus on just the tailbone area. But I think you had mentioned just focusing on the tailbone area for a while could be helpful. So I think I need to do that to make
Yes.
more sensation happen first. I think I was trying to do too many things at once.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yes. Okay. Ishwari, I think you wish to say something. I get the sense you have a response.
No, I'm not able to do this. I guess I can't do both the in and the out from the tailbone. So I'm just
Is
like,
the
I'm
in
going.
happening? Is the in breath happening from the tailbone?
No, which is why I'm a bit quiet because I
Okay.
think I don't
Okay.
have that much breath. So I tried to do the exhale from the tailbone earlier, and I'm now able to do
Exhale.
that.
For the
Yeah,
moment, exhale is over. The
yeah, so
attention is
that's how
now,
I'm staying with that. I'm
the,
not doing the inhale. I can't get both at the tailbone.
so the attention is on the in breath at the tailbone. Bring your attention to the tailbone. Pull your breath. Try both gently and a little harder to pull from the tailbone.
But if I pull from the tailbone, that means if I take my inhale from the tailbone, I'm not
Yes.
able to take my exhale from the tailbone again.
Exhale will happen later. At least do the inhale first.
But we just finished the exhale, right, earlier?
No.
The earlier cycle was to do the exhale from the tailbone.
1 second each way. So we've done the exhale cycle, and now we are trying to focus on the inhale cycle, at least for a while, so that we get clarity on how to move the inhale from the tailbone. So get that clarity. We'll come to the exhale part again later. So just stay with your inhale, exhale fully, come to the tailbone.
It's easier for me to do the inhale from the tailbone than the exhale
Okay.
from the tailbone.
Okay, very good. So that means at least with the inhale, you are accessing the Sushumna, or at least parts of your Sushumna. Excellent. Continue doing this. Continue also after your full inhale. Hold your inhale for a while. Hold it inside. Bring your attention again to the tailbone. Allow the exhale also at the tailbone. A few cycles later, I'm sure you'll get some sense it's happening. Christina is experiencing it well. I think she just sent the heart as well. So that's good. I'm waiting for the others. Asha ji?
Yes, I feel that in doing the focus at the tailbone for both inhale and exhale, when it works, I feel a lot lighter. Like it's almost not happening. And I also feel that last night I had a huge headache. So I started doing just the first half that you had taught us. And the headache went away. And I could tell that it was not just my muscles around my eyes, which loosened, but there was something else happening. And so as I'm lying down on the mat this morning, I'm also feeling as if the breath is leading the way rather than often it's the muscles for me that are leading the way, where I'll have to really mentally focus on relaxing around my eyes. But I'm also noticing that the mind really wants to do something. right? So to try to let the minds just
Still.
kind of step aside, I think is a real challenge. For me, I'm a very thinky person. So if I can let my mind just, spin on its own and then let the breath take charge, then I feel like there's actually a flow. I'll just offer that.
So that means at least sometimes you're able to feel the breath in the tailbone, and sometimes your mind wanders and then plays its games. So remember, yogas chitta vritti nirodha. So we need to still the mind. Manisha just sent a thumbs up, which means she's also experiencing it. Christina is experiencing it very well. Very good. Christina just shared, to make it open more, is it best to focus the breath at the tailbone area in and out, or still bring all the way up and down as well? See, at the moment we want to access the Sushumna. So bring your attention to the tailbone, both for the inhale and exhale. Doesn't matter how full the breath feels, etc. Just allow that to happen so that at least the Sushumna begins to come into our experience.
And we have about 2 minutes to 8. So just a reminder that that's where we are for everybody.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This whole session
Yeah.
has gone so fast. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We'll continue with the rest of this tomorrow. But for now, we'll do a little bit of Shakti breath work as well, like we did yesterday. If you're sitting upright with your back straight, wonderful. I'll take a few minutes extra if you don't mind, Ashaji, if the others don't mind as well, so that we do a little bit of the Shakti breath work as well. Keep your belly relaxed. If you can, fill the breath all the way like yesterday till the shoulders. While doing this, if you can pull apart, at least some of you, Christina, Monisha, maybe Iman, Ashaji, and a few others perhaps, as you're doing this, pull a part of the in-breath from the tailbone up the spine. You will get a sense that you're filling your breath along the front and the back as well. So fill it in like this. Do a couple of cycles like this. And then while breathing in, bring your attention again to the nostrils as if you're channeling the energy first down towards the Muladhara. Do a few cycles, maybe 3-4 repetitions of lung breathing, chanting with the attention at the tailbone, attention at the Muladhara, where we visualize a 4-petaled, red-colored lotus. Allow the exhale to go up the spine. Now bring your attention 2 finger widths higher, which will correspond more or less to the sacral chakra area. Let your breath go till the sacral chakra. Here, you can visualize a 6-petaled, orange-colored lotus. And when you breathe out, say vam, vam. Channel your out breath up the spine. Take a slow, full, deep breath. Let your breath go down till that point, 2 finger widths above the Muladhara. With a belly relaxed.
Yeah, it seems to be working.
Okay.
Getting
Thank
there
you.
slowly.
Yeah, very good. Yes, Monisha, you should say something.
Oh, I just wanted to say, as I kept doing it, it became more natural. So I can feel like the pull and like it's all okay. I don't have that feeling. It feels like it flows well now.
So it's flowing up the spine. Excellent. Okay. So please continue doing this over the next 23, 24 hours. And then we'll practice again a little more tomorrow during the session. Hopefully it'll become much, much clearer by then. But practice is key.
Yeah, I
Any-
have a question though.
Yes.
So could you please repeat, where did you ask us to imagine that like 6 petal orange colored lotus?
So if you understood where the Muladhara is, uh, it's about 2 finger widths above that, just a little higher. That's it. That corresponds more or less to your sacral chakra. Sanskrit, it's called Swadhisthana chakra. It's about 2 finger widths. Right? These are not exact positions. These are, general ideas, and that should work. Anyone else? Any question? Any observation?
I have a question. The vibration from the V,
Yes.
mine feels higher than that spot. So is it just focusing to lower it a bit?
Don't worry about it too much. It's okay.
Okay.
Mentally focus on the spot or 2 finger widths higher than the Muladhara. And if the vibrations feel like they're somewhere else, that's okay.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall we end for today? Sorry, I've taken a few minutes
Yes,
extra.
let's. No, this is good. We started a little late, and so Rajogi ji, thank you so much for your teachings
Thank you.
today. Thank you to everyone who joined, asked questions, and participated. I highly encourage you to practice, especially tonight, when maybe
Yes.
you can find some moments of relaxation before you go to sleep. Maybe it'll help you sleep.
If anyone has any questions or doubts, they can always message me in the group as well or DM. So,
Or email me. So for
yeah.
now, have a wonderful rest of your hours ahead of you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Ashuji.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.